Test. Oh, yep. Excellent connection. Oh, yep. Excellent connection. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to plug in my keyboard. Give me a second. Oh. No. Okay. Just verify I didn't ruin anything by doing that. Test. Please. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm still going. So theoretically, I've got low latency mode on this time. I don't know how low that means, but I suppose we'll see. So today, I suppose we should pop into the actual visual acquiescence, so to speak. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be randomly generating the melody. Now, I don't think this is... the chances of this going well is not very high. However, I think it'll be interesting to try. So I wrote a little script here, a little Python script. Let me see if I can just zoom in. Now, just basically, we're going to pick any set of notes, and then also a rest as an option, and then also have some length of the note. We're going to generate that. And then I'm going to drop it in, and we're going to see if we can create something with that. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's go. Okay. So I think we're just going to... And the 64 is just to indicate what length of notes there are. So we might go more, we might generate more, we might generate less, but this will be a good start. So, all right. There has to be... I'm going to try to put this in the corner while we write them out to begin with. I said we're doing the melody like this, right? Please. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Piano roll. Am I on the trumpet? Yes, okay. So the first note is a G flat. Now, one thing, this is going to be, I think, especially difficult just because, well, it can be any note. So we're not like in a particular key. This is going to end up being very strange. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how we might resolve those. But what's going to be especially difficult is also it can be any length. It's not like I can decide how long the note is going to be. So we're probably going to end up with weird rhythm stuff, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that work too well. But let's start in this octave. I did not set a particular octave we had to stick to. So that's 1. We're probably going to have to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, let's snap to 8th notes. I have it for 3/8 notes, right? Am I in snap mode right now? That'll make things a bit easier. So it's 1, 2, 3. Let's go to B flat. Obviously, let's not go down. Let's go the up one. Make this 2. So we're already kind of... Oh, no, I'm in quarter mode, aren't I? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So obviously, we're now kind of offbeat a little bit. But it looks like the next one is a G for 1. So that'll put us back on beat for the next note. Boatto, welcome, Dr. Jacob, to the stream. I was going to say, miraculously, we're on beat 1 for the next measure, but then I realized that this is measure 2, and we are on the 3rd beat. And it looks like the next one, which is an E for 4/8 notes, is it's not going to line up. We could change the time signature to make this 3/4. Might do that. I'm not sure exactly. It's going to be very strange to try to set this up. So let's see. We could have gotten something way worse. At least the notes are all close together. So I'm going to take that as a blessing for now. it's got something to it. It's got kind of like a flavor. It's got a movement. It's a wave, I guess. Something like that. Back to, note 5 is even a B flat, which is not the first note as I thought it was, but it's a note that we've played before. So I think that'll give it, at least it'll kind of sound like we're not jumping too in and out of key too much. And we got an A. So that's 1, 2, 3, right? I counted. You know, one of these days, I like this idea. If this idea works, I think there's a way to automate the generation into making it a MIDI file. I might try doing that because I kind of like this idea. It all depends on how well this goes, of course. It's not scrolled too far. I'm going to add a couple more notes, then we'll probably just start because there's no reason to think super far ahead when we don't even know how this is going to go. That should be 4 already. A flat, and then E for 4. Well, at least they're all the same length. Then rest for 2. And I'll put the F in just so that we know where we are, but I think we'll treat that as a phrase for now. I don't like the sound of that at all. So is that really that low? I'm gonna bring that up an octave. This is a melody. We don't want it to be below everything else, right? I just copied it. Yo, new technology. I don't know how I did that. I'm also going to turn down the velocity on this because they're a bit loud compared to my MIDI controller right now. So I like this. The last 3 notes create a diminished triad. We can probably do something with that. That actually, on its own, I feel like it's good. Here's going to be one of the problems I predict. Normally with a melody, like I can have something like that. We have like a call response, like a, or something like that. Something that feels like it responds to the last melody. We're not going to be able to, we're not going to be able to do that. The melody is going to be very strange for us. So we're going to have to try to create conflict and resolution in strange ways, probably with the harmony. I don't know if we'll be able to do that too well, but I'm going to try at least. If we do something like that, it feels like it's already going kind of out of key. You don't have like a... What are notes? So those are our notes. I almost feel like what we could do, this kind of be like a intro lick, right? We could duplicate it in the bass. Uh-oh. Is there a way to only select these and not the one in the melody instrument? Apparently so. I like that one. We can also probably change the speed. I'm going to leave it at 120 for now. We'll see if it needs to go any higher or lower than that. I just feel like putting harmony too early right now. It feels like it doesn't fit. What's the next phrase? Okay, you can see that almost fits a little bit. It ends on the same note, right? Da, 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 da. That almost feels similar. Weirdly enough, I think that works in the diminished scale, right? So this is the only note. The first note is the only one that doesn't fall within a scale. So we don't even have that many chord changes really, but working in a real diminished environment is probably weird, which makes me think that this next phrase is going to have to probably be, we're going to hope that it's something not diminished and more resolved at least. I think that's a good idea. Dum. That's almost something. It's weird. So it looks like right now what I guess I'm thinking about doing is we have kind of a unison at the beginning, which seems to be something like, what's that note? We just have... Okay, so this one, it does require a change. Because like we could do, you know how you have like the diminished scale, it can be like... And you can see the notes right there. But you can also have a diminished scale. But like the third, these notes all remain the same, but it's like these that switch because it's like a half step, whole step, half step, whole step. But then you also have like that whole step, half step one, right? So I'm trying to think. We've got kind of a unison setup. It doesn't quite match. The beginning one changes the scale a little bit. So maybe we even kind of switch around and we emphasize, we could emphasize that this one's the whole step, half step one or whatever, and then the other one's the other one. We could take advantage of that. I like the idea of, let's get this first idea down, which was the having the like a offset by a third. I think that could have some Zane factor. I think. I do not remember. Okay. Let's put that there. There's the third. I'm also trying to think. We can probably do something rhythmically as well, but we'll have to see what that comes to it. I seem to remember at the very end we had something a bit different going on at the very bottom. We could do something like that. I like that. The minor third going to the major third. It's got some Zane factor. G. We put to D flat. You don't see that properly? I hope so. Yeah, I'm looking at the... Whenever I play the piano notes, I know that was an issue for the... When we were using the other tool, Sibelius. Seeing the notes. I don't think I have much of a way to show you other than this right now, what I'm playing. Because if I go here, into the VST, it's like, it shows you. It doesn't really show you the notes, but I hope that's visible. This will be the first place where we can kind of create a difference between the top and the bottom. That feels... So let's take advantage of this. We got this empty space here, right? What if we made it ba-da-da-da-da-da, right? This one actually starts at the beginning of bar 4. So we could emphasize that this is the start of bar 4 by making it the first big chord that we've got, right? I would really like it if the bass didn't go away there. I like being able to see everything. E. Let's not make it that low, huh? Let's make it a major 7, right? What is this here? E? Okay. We already got the E. What are you talking about? It feels so low, doesn't it? Does it feel like the piano's a bit loud to you? I think I'm going to adjust that. I think the bass instrument can go up a little bit because it's kind of low. The low notes are always, they feel kind of quieter to me usually. Oh, this is horrible. This melody really is, it's giving me more than it could have, but it's working against like that first part. Dun, ba, dun, dun. Trying to match that up with a ba, dun, ba, dun, is going to be difficult, I think. Trying to make those two things sound like they make sense together. We could make it, I feel like another issue is right now, it feels like the time is kind of weird and inconsistent. And I think we can, I don't know if it's going to sound much better if we emphasize it by having kind of more of a metronome kind of drum line. Let's raise this up a little bit. Okay. Well, I didn't want that to happen, but what if we have something soft and it's like 16th notes, it's just like in the background, piddle paddling, you know? And then I'm going to select these. Control L. I'll just put these fellas. Uh-oh. Well. Can we control loop it now? No. If we decrease the loudness just a little bit, I think. So I think that it doesn't raise the energy a whole lot, but I think it offers a little bit of consistency where everything else is super inconsistent right now. So maybe also we want to have some stronger hits on some of the important notes. And I might just use the kick for that. Conveniently, that lies right between the next bar. Okay, what if we do repeat just that phrase though, right? This phrase right here. So we make it a bit more consistent. It's gonna be weird once again because it doesn't quite line up because the melody's weird. Okay. This section right here. It lines up here and it lines up here. So we can make this kind of like it's just doing its weird thing, you know? It's just going crazy. But as long as it lines up a few times, I think it'll feel like at least there's something. Lance, what is your hair routine? That's a great question, Tim. I mean, I don't touch it very much. I wake up, I got hair. You know, you keep it out of the eye bonglers, right? Keep your vision clear. Occasionally, you just wipe it out of the way. You never wash it. That's a key. That keeps it free of fluoride. How do I wash it? I put shampoo in it. And I put a lot of it in there because it's long hair. Yeah, I know, Tim, you got like a whole crazy set of stuff to do with your hair. If you were asking about the shaved hair that I'm collecting from others, I mean, that stuff I don't wash. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say what. Yo, is the chat thing showing up? I'm not sure if it is. Let me know if it's... Oh, I see it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tim. Very kind of you. Glad to hear that. Is the latency all right, by the way? I don't know. That sometimes hair just works, sometimes it doesn't work. Today, I think it's looking hard to see. I can't really look at myself from the side when the camera's live, you know. I think it's not going. This is a little bit getting the eyeball English a little bit, but you know, it's a lot less than last time. Now I have a secret weapon actually. There is technically an ultra low latency option that we might be able to try next time. I'm a little afraid that the low latency is going to mess up. So let me know if something happens with the low latency. If not, then I think we go with the ultra low latency next time, and maybe that'll be still somewhat bad. Oh. Well, at least it's better than last time. That's a vibe. Oh, did Tim came in here a bit late. We randomly generated this melody, by the way. This is we just came up with a random number generator and just popped it in. So it's we're trying to make this work. It's not going too well. I think I like the beginning being kind of sparse like this. The issue is this note doesn't, we're trying to establish the start of the new bar, but the melody doesn't want to do that. The melody doesn't want to start there. So maybe if we push a little bit harder. Let's add some more of the notes, actually. You know what? To see how we're going to go a bit further, let's drop a couple more of the notes in. So we got mostly kind of a diminished setup going on. This one, I think, actually breaks that. No, the F is still technically there. The B would be the tritonal, right? So technically, how many is that? Oh, I'm snapping to 16, so I think. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So the B, technically tritone away. We got another rest. That's going to be real weird for 3 beats, right? 1, 2, 3. Then we have an A for 2. I'll try to get this phrase real quick. E for 3. G flat for 3. Might as well scroll down a little bit. I scrolled down a lot. A for 3. Oh, good. They're all the same length. E flat. Is that another A? Okay. The more repetition of notes, probably the better, to be honest. They all for 3? Yo. A, E flat, A. And that one's for 4. The more similar notes we have, I feel like the more that we can keep things in the same ballpark. But once we start getting like a whole bunch of different stuff, it's going to be, it's going to sound, I think, it's going to be very difficult to make that work. E flat, and then we have another A again. So that, you know, that's not that bad. And then rest for 3. And that's what we got for now. We can generate more if we need to. You see, this one, I feel like we want to resolve somewhere here, but this doesn't feel resolved at all. I really don't want that note to stop so early. We could drop this. We could go with the melody. So where's the melody right now? It's like an F, right? F. I have to make sure the camera's not in the way. What am I moving? Moving something. I'm gonna put this in the corner, I think, just in case there's some overlap in that area. It doesn't give that chord any time to breathe. So we have an F. If we want to keep it like extremely corny, which I think we may very well do, I'm gonna give us some more room here. That's a lot of room. I'm going to give us less room. There we go. What am I doing wrong? That's an F, right? F sharp. We're trying to make this real chords right now. I don't know if that's going to actually mean anything. It really had to be a tritone away. That's really going to be difficult to work with. Okay. Wait. That can feel all right. We can make that work. What's the next note of the melody, though? We're jumping into there. Okay, we got a little bit of empty space. Maybe a jump. I think a jump like that can work if we give it some room to breathe. So I'm going to try that. I'd worry about this. I'm going to go the opposite direction the melody's going here. We're going to make this just a B major 7 with a bunch of extensions, I think. Okay. Wait. No. The major 7 is not going to play friendly here if the B on top of it, because that's a minor 9th interval. I don't like that. It doesn't sound resolved, so maybe we make it a 6/9, a 69 chord. Maybe not. I don't know about this one. The chord's right? Is that the same thing? C sharp or D flat? G sharp? Oh, that feels nice, but the melody is not making it too nice. What if we have it... We can make it so that the melody is playing the 9th of an A chord. I don't think we can get around that it's going to be modulating in some direction, just because that note is not going to be very friendly. Oh, I needed the bass. It's hard to remember what to select. Then we'll just drop these down a little bit. Actually, that note, yeah. Well, let's just build a chord from the ground up. We do not need 2 Bs, I think. Do we need a sharp 11? No. How does that sound worse? E. It's an F! I hate that. Hold on, we go for it. I'm gonna stick with this right now because we can always resolve in the next phrase. So what we got so far is, I think, you see, I'm gonna make that mistake 1,000 times. That shift versus control scrolling is gonna mess with me. In the beginning, we got something like it's all these diminished kind of vibes, right? Mostly diminished kind of vibes. And then we hit here and it gets much weirder. I think we can't stick to diminished for too long. So I think this is probably a good time to introduce a change where we're using like just normal like major and minor type chords, you know? So I think this is good, but it's weird. Like that feels very strange, but we might be able to get it to work with the next phrase, which is why, no, I think we stick with it for now. Was that the last note in this phrase? Let's try to make that the ending, I think. Let me verify. Yep. Okay. Let's try to make that note the last phrase. What should that one end on. Let's just say a good place to end, like a perfect A chord. The A on the top and an A on the bottom. That's not an A. That is also not the right place. Okay. Now what is this note? E flat to A. Oh no, it's another really uncomfortable interval. How can we resolve with that? So we're trying to go from here to here. Can we do... We could literally do that. Let's try to get a dominant chord if we could. So the 5 of A is E dominant. But that's not going to work because this one has the E flat and the dominant 7 of the E chord is D. That does create problems. Now, however, let me take a look at the tritone substitution. So A is the one, the flat 2, be a B flat, right? And if we raise the third, which is the D, to an E flat, which is what the melody is, this would be a 7 sus4. So kind of like it's like that tense dominant sound, but it's a little bit less tense, I feel. That could work. Who knows if this will long-term work. So I'm going to build that chord up a little bit. We'll have that at the top, obviously. A flat, what was it? B flat, 7 sus4. And F, right? Why does not feel resolved at all? Sussy! Tim is correct. Look at them sussies. Me when I'm feeling sussy. Let's try dropping this by an octave. It's kind of like, yeah. Let's get the hair tied up. We'll see how that goes, because that might be I feel like one of the issues with this right now is normally when you're writing, I feel like I can use like the melodies. I can have a melody and then repeat a section, and it feels like because you have a short section of like a tension and resolution, and you build that, but it's not like super strong resolution. You build it on another section, and then it makes it feel like the final one is really resolved. I'm tying the hair to my back. I could do that. All I got is this headphone cord. This isn't going to work. It's worth a try. Man bun Lance. Yo. And the future, that'll have to be that's going to be... I don't think that would work too well. I think the hair... Well, maybe it could. I think the hair I got... Well... Very wavy. I don't know. Never tried it. You know, you gotta try every hairstyle at least once. That's a part of the life strategy, I think. So maybe so. Let's go back to here. Oh God, this sounds so bad. I don't know if we can do much about that though. What is this? It's a B. Hear me out. B is also the major 7 of C. So what if instead of trying to do something crazy with it, we just let it be normal? Or we can make it just an A, but like a regular A. Or not. Now that one almost feels like it has a direction to it. It feels like the middle notes are off, but I like that D at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? This is a D moment. So unfriendly. What are you trying to be? I feel like the movement. It feels like it's moving down there. That melody makes it just so not very acquiescent. Okay, that is actually a friendly sounding modulation upward. I'm gonna just push these drum patterns on forever. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so we got something that's like kind of weird and ambiguous at the beginning, kind of diminished, and then we have this weird, like, what is that? That's a C, F, and a D, right? All three major chords, and it's getting brighter, right? We're adding sharps. So we go from this weird kind of diminished strange area to some place it's modulating upwards, and the melody is not cooperating with us, A. And then it's going to go to some place far different, I think. How is this? G flat, E, F sharp. Or is that a G sharp? Yeah. So we went from here. So I feel like maybe if we mirror that with those three notes. So the melody, that might be a bit easier. The starting note, so if we're here in D, right? We got two sharps. This would be the sharp 11 of that. But I feel like because we kind of set ourselves up just using triads, we could just make it so it modulates up to A. That would just be the major 7. Okay. That wasn't too bad. And not a bad start. So what was that? We go to A. Does it really start on the offbeat there? No. That's 2. A, and then what do we have? E. That's not the right note. E, and then what are you? F sharp. What do we do for that? Oh, we went back to D. That's going to be weird also. But that actually sounds friendly on its own. The weird thing I think is that all these fragments are going to sound like they do not belong together, and that's that's going to be a hard part. But I want to see what we can do with that. And it's already shaping up to look like this. Not looking super possible. The next time we do this, I might make things a bit easier when it comes to like note length, so we can, if they're all consistent length, for example, maybe we can pull something out that might be a bit easier. So this was the A chord, right?
Okay, I was going to say we just shrink this down here. But what we could do is leave it so this one overlaps a little bit here, because that E is technically in the chord. Maybe that'll be cool. Maybe that won't be cool. But the E would probably want to go here. Because that's the B, that's the 5, A flat, right? And it ends on the E, so probably will not use the major 7. Or maybe even if we want to get fancy, we add the 9, the F sharp, and that'll make it sound kind of warm, I think. It depends on how we do this chord, I think. Let's keep that warmth here. If you ignore that this phrase doesn't stop going for a long time, these two sections together almost sound all right together. You spotted a 69. No. Did I say 69? I don't think I said 69 for a long time, but that is nice, I suppose. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, I feel like we had two segments that almost agree with each other, and then one of them is going to try rolling away like an egg down a slope, a sloped egg. Slope an egg. And we're going to have to figure out, not only it's going back up, it's also going to a different note. That's going to be kind of weird. So what do we have? We had A. Let's play it here. To E. To D. A. And this one, what's the 5/4 of that? It's A, E, and that feels like a 2-banger, right? 1, 2. And this one feels a bit separate, right? So what if we do the same motion? Now, who knows if that'll work, because we're also trying to make... It's supposed to be a 3-note sequence and another 3-note sequence. So I don't know how uncomfortable this is going to make it. Probably not going to be super friendly. It's going to be like... It's going to try to stitch itself together, I think. Because part of it is together with the last one, and part of it isn't. I can see that. Part of it, so it's stitching it. So these two go together, right? So I guess a 4-1 or... Yeah, 4-1. And then this one is also a 4-1. But it also has that 3-banger energy from here to here. But that kind of works. If you can find a way to stitch it together, maybe that's a tool for later. I like that a lot. This, it feels like it almost wants to go there, right? But it doesn't, and I'm not changing the melody. Some faster accent notes. What do you mean by that? Like, hold on. So we're not changing the notes of the melody, but you mean something like this? Oh, actually, you know what? I kind of like that. It does. Okay. The idea of making it shorter and sharper. Tim doesn't think there's a word to describe counter melody or something. That would be different, I think, than just making the note shorter. Here's what I'm worried about when it comes to making a counter melody: is the whole idea behind this is I'm setting up the main melody to be a thing. I'm worried that if I start writing a counter melody right now, maybe it can work, but maybe I don't want it to feel like it's overriding what the melody's doing, because the whole point is to try to make it feel like it works. But if I just can write another melody on top of it, you know what I'm saying? No idea. So some life, I think. Honestly, I don't know. We might. I feel like there is kind of it's too much life is what it is. It's too many changes really quick. I do like how this changes at a different interval. That might be, I'm not sure if it might be part of what you were saying. I don't know. You don't know either, though. But I do like that feels like it's a little bit different with the counter melody aspect. We'll see. It feels like this grows. It feels like we're in a tight, warm ball and like, you know, becoming like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Tim. That was kind of rude. Oh, he's angry now. I can't have anger in my chat. Time to get banned. I actually just clicked the 3 bars and show up. I was worried that I couldn't. You're not banned, but it's like nothing happened. Like my powers, you know, unpopped, you know. Unpop acquiescence moment. You know what I'm saying? How do you go from so we're like a shrink warm ball to that again? But it wants to go somewhere. I'm not quite sure where it wants to go though. No. Tim. I do feel like the latency is better though. You would have said no like 30 seconds from now. That's probably too late, but you know what I'm saying. So I feel like there's a little bit of improvement. Yeah, it does want to go up. So hypothetically, if we were to say, so this note wants to go up, so I think that maybe we want to modulate up a step. Can that work with this note? Can that work with this note here? A. We're on G, right? A. So that's a 4 banger. A, that would be the sharp 11. So if we go really hard, I think this can work. I don't know if it does. It almost seems like it wants to grow outward, right? Because this one grew outward as well, but it feels like it's kind of being stagnated. I'm going to try something based on what Dr. Tim has suggested, which is based on it, at least, but shorting the notes. I'm going to jet the bass too. It's not perfect. I think that one of the things, I don't know if it's going to make itself readily available. I think we're going to have to write short drafts and then try to recompile towards the end. We're getting pretty close to the end though. It's like there's only this little sliver left. Try 4 short notes going up during the duration of that low note. Do you mean of the bass note? Oh. I think I know what you're saying. I'm going to try that real quick. Uh-oh. Or 3 notes rather. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Try 4 short notes going up. So I'm thinking higher. Here's what I don't want to do is, well, I feel like if I go higher than the melody, it's going to feel like what I'm writing right now is not 4/3. Okay. If I make these higher than the melody, I feel like it's going to try to turn what I'm doing right now into the melody, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep this as the melody. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, we're kind of cheating the challenge because we're making ourselves the melody. Okay, let's try something. That is super unfriendly, but it can build into the next section. It's not a melody, this one, just a little itty bitty part. Let me see this and we'll head back to that in just a second. Little bitty knot. As horrible as this is, let me try. And then I'm going to set the same bass note, and we're going to. I wonder if we treat this as sort of like as a little tension space. That is kind of weird. Well, let's just listen to it one time. Okay, hold on. I am now scrolling improperly again. Hypothetically, if this note is the same as this note, then we could make this chord, as we already have, kind of the same thing, you know what I'm saying? We don't need that because it's up here, right? Okay. We could even, if we, it do kind of sound pog. Well, I'm glad. I'm thinking about that. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm going to leave it mostly how it is. I want to change. Okay, that I kind of like better. It feels like it's so different than what I thought it would be. I thought this would be kind of a high section, but it's looking like this is kind of building into that. I'll think about that. I kind of like this idea. I think in the future, I'm going to try to make the little Python script I wrote. I'm going to try to get it so that it can do this a bit more automated, and maybe we can set things so that it doesn't, or maybe the note value is more consistent. I'll play around. I'll have to think about that. But I like the idea of doing this, and I'll think about whether I think you're right that going just a little bit above is probably not cheating. So I'll look into that. I'll think about that. Of course, this almost feels kind of aggressive now, you know? We're all fancy here. And you've almost convinced me just to go back. Because this feels nice. Nah, that's too many notes. So that's almost building in. Okay, remember that. The end of our tune is right here. We have one more note to our one 4/8 notes long note, and then a rest to try to tie into here. So it probably needs to be something weird and tense, right? You're doing a kind of like up down zigzag with it, where I had meant more of an upward staircase to match that really low note not with the really high note. To match the really low note. Are you saying like to like kind of staircase into this one? But like up around here? Like to try to staircase at this point? Oops. I don't think I'll change it right now, obviously. You're saying it's kind of pog anyway, but I do want to kind of catch the vibe, get that comms going, you know what I'm saying? And I think, where are we? So we kind of moved back to this G, and it's trying to end, what is this, E? I think this is ending on an A. Don't tell me it's an A flat. You wouldn't. Oh no. This is a completely different chord. That's why it didn't feel resolved. Note to the staircase on the orange with the low orange with the high orange. So you're saying build up like up to here. Okay, so maybe kind of like in this direction, right? Oh, okay, I feel you. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I'll still have to think about that, whether that's cheating or not, because it does feel like, in my mind, that it's only a second. I'll have to think about that, but yeah, I got you now. So this changes things because this is a different chord than what I thought. No wonder it didn't sound super resolved before. Technically, that kind of still works, but it would feel nicer if it was like a... You see what I'm saying? That feels way more resolved. Yeah, not trying to tell me what to do. I feel you, Tim. I like to keep the wisdom with the Timonethes going on. You know, the chats, my Timones. You know, people call their homies in the chat different things. You know, my Timones. That's what you are. Yeah, I feel that. Can I play this? Yeah, that feels like super resolved. I feel like in the environment we're at, I feel like it would be most beneficial. Like we're having like a resolution to a major 7 right there. I feel like if we wanted this to be the end, we should try to make it just a regular major chord, because I feel like that just sounds more solid for the end. Then what that'll mean is we'll have to change the chord leading up to it, obviously. Or maybe not. That wasn't too bad. But however, now that we have that, this is an E flat to an A flat. That's like a 5-1. That's actually super. That could be very optimal. That interval actually works very well. That's a very standard cadence. So we might as well. We don't have many opportunities where things line up in this tune. So I say we take what we can get where we can get it. So E flat, B flat, G. Did I put all the C, A flat? I mean, there's no reason to double the E flat. There's no reason not to, though. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's literally the same. Okay, yeah, get rid of that crap. Okay, now we got to figure out what we're doing here, because it's coming off of this crazy section. I feel like if we crunch this up into a ball, and that's a bad example, but if we crunch it up into a warm ball, not like a spicy ball. This is like a spicy ball, and this is like a warm ball. You feel everything's like with the major seconds versus the minor seconds. Sounds good. Let's go. But I feel like the major seconds here, a warm tight ball that is like not resolved, is nice, because then it'll sound like when we hit the very, very standard resolution here, it'll feel a lot more clean if it's like kind of a surprise, you know. So where do we want to go with the bass line? Let's just think of the bass line as a melody. This is where my brain defaults to. Okay, I thought I miscounted that. There was a 5-month one, and I don't think 5 is an option in our program, so. Oh, that's already feeling like a weird interval. G flat. Is that what it is? B flat, G flat. Oh, you know what we could do? We could have it kind of be like a building. The bass do the staircasing. Build the bass all the way up. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. So there are two ways we can look at the staircasing. Is one, like we decrease all the notes to like this kind of length and then do it like that. I don't know if that's what you mean, but I think that having it all as one thing at the same time, I think would be nice. I do like the idea. I was having a similar thing, starting at the base and then building the staircase up, just calling it the Pinot right now, of course, for the piano. But having like it go up the staircase, I'm just going to write in regular notes for now, but like just shrinking this one a little bit, then starting it here, like giving it a staircase kind of motion. I keep feeling like I see something pop up in the chat, but I think it might just be something else. So it's A flat at the top, right? Wow, I hate that. Well, what if we raise it up an octave? Okay, but I think you could make I think you can make this work with the staircasing method. So I'm going to turn that off and we're going to zoom in pretty close. I'm going to turn you a little bit. I'm going to eyeball this. I don't know. I'm not using like a specific length plan. Oh no. That's a real fast staircase. What are we playing? That's where things are not going to fit too well because this is the dominant seventh. It feels like they're all so close, too close together. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, hear me out. Hypothetically. Okay. Wait, no. We have to listen to the whole thing. Yo. Okay. I like that this is not even really in time. I'll tell you one thing I don't like is that I can't see the bass line. What is that? E flat? Tim's hearing it. Forgive me, but I actually kind of like it that way. It's terrible, but it's like, it's an amount of chaos that it feels like it leads in. You know what I'm saying? All right, you see this right here? This is unacceptable. You see all those overlapping lines? I'm going to make this all one thing. There we go. More readable. It's very novel. There's Masters of Zane here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, here we go. Guess. I think I'm going to go with this. I want to fill in some of the holes now. So like the hole in the snare. But what I'm going to do is these headphones are not super comfortable. So I am going to use my other headphones. Yo, that's another great idea. Hold on. I just had another great idea. Hypothetically, what if I compose an entire tune without ever hearing it, without any headphones on or anything? I think that's an interesting idea. That would probably also sound like hell. You would be able to hear it. I would not be able to hear it. I might try that. The chords are tangled up, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Can I hear? Oh, okay, I can. I'm going to have to adjust the volume. It's perfect. Let's try to get... So the drums right now are very independent. They're not going... They're kind of on the beat of their own drum, so to speak. I'm going to try to make the snare match a little bit with what's going on. First of all, okay. So here's where the snare is. Yeah, we'll just... Man, I got some clicking accuracy. These fellas are shrinking over time. I hate that I had never have any idea what the, like, I guess never is an understatement, but I'm going to try that ultra low latency because I think it makes it a little bit easier to tell exactly when the moment that hits that I get the Lamoas come from. Keep it on 2. Maybe even we just have the 1 and 3 there. I'm unplugging this fella. The cord is crazy. Excuse me? You can't hear that? I can. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. I'm cursed to the other headphones. Okay. What that means... Wait, you can hear it now, right? You can hear that, right? Okay. What I think that means is that I'm actually not allowed to switch headphones. Which sucks. I like these headphones because I feel like I have less latency with them, but they are not very comfortable on the ears. The other ones are more comfortable on the ears, but there's like they're Bluetooth. They're way more time in between when I hit a note on the keyboard when I can work with it. But they're comfortable to wear, you know. But I guess we'll stick with these for now because we're cursed with these. I would not have caught that, by the way. I'm glad you noticed that. That would have been not a great stream experience looking back on it. Let's try to give it some character. You know, I think this is one thing that was messing me up with the drums last time. I think that it would help. I have decided this does not help because the snare is... I'd like to see everything all at once. pick tracks. Can I just select all of them? There we go. Okay. I am convinced that this looks more aesthetically pleasing. Oh, that sounds better. I don't know. I'll kind of match with that. I'm going to make these shorter. Where's the next melody note? I'm going to try to make this feller predict the melody. That could be a useful tool. Maybe that'll sound, it'll give a little bit, because right now it feels like the rhythm is like super chaotic. And if we add a little bit of like, oh, I know where it's something, the snare drums kind of give me a little bit of a hint. Who knows, that'll sound good though. I feel like the snare drum gets lower every time I add a note. All right. The little oscillation things? What do you mean the oscillation things? Are you saying, for example... Yo, that's actually, hold up. Imagine though. Just imagine for a second. We can add one of those, right? A modulation, and we max that out. The level up noise? You mean like having this on a different session is here? The level up noise, like this. That is very strange. The worst part, it's not even in time. Like you can see, it's come off. Everything else so far has been on the grid. This doesn't even. It's so. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Then. It's like these three are kind of close together. This one's like not super close together. But I think that's what gives it character, you know? I was looking for something chaotic to lead into something very like a standard 5/1 cadence. This is chaotic. That's what I'm going to say about that. But now that you brought up the possibility of modulations, oh, get rid of these fellers. I'm going to add a little bit. Can you modulate the drums? I don't want to make the modulation too much. I think you can overdo it for sure. Please. Yeah. Probably have the melody be the strongest modulation feller. Then just get rid of this feller. I want to hear what a modulated drum sounds like. I guess it doesn't exist. You know what? You've convinced me. We're going max modulation. No need for subtlety right now. This tune already has this. There's no need for this tune to hold back. I gotta be honest. It sounded far better than I possibly could have envisioned this at the beginning. It's definitely taken strange left and right turns, but like, I mean, it feels like it has its moments where it feels coherent. You know what I'm saying? Let me check. We've been doing this for about an hour and 15. This is sounding like kind of complete to me, you know? We could add a bit more of the, maybe some of the Pinot parts at the beginning. I kind of like how it's in unison, you know? And I like that entrance, too. Well, to be honest, I do kind of like it. And I think this is probably, yeah, I think it's a good place to stop. This was actually pretty successful, I think. I'm happy with where it ended up. It's got a zany feeling to it. I'm pretty happy. I think I'm going to try this again next week. But maybe we'll make the rules a little bit different. Maybe we can write it. Maybe we'll make it so that the randomness will predict the chord progression or something like that. But I like this. It adds a different kind of challenge. You know what I'm saying? Boop, 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 boop. That's going to be a... Yo, can we make like emojis like you can on like Twitch or the emotes? I don't know what that would look like, but that's gives off a vibe, you know. Boop, 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 boop. But I do feel like I like the challenge in this a little bit. It feels like, whereas last time or as before, you have to come up with like an idea to kind of start with, and it's like it feels like everything. It feels like this one is. It feels in a sense more freeform because you're allowed to play around with ideas a bit more freely without it feeling like, you know, it has to sound good in the end. I mean, not that this doesn't sound good in the end. I mean, it's got its problems, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna save this. I think we play it one more time, and I think we'll be done for now. All right. Can I generate Tim a melody and send it? I actually can. Why don't I just... I'll do that now and I'll send it to you over Discord. But there'll be proof in the stream that it's here. I'll send it. I'll copy and paste in a little bit to you. But there's the proof. And I think I'm going to end it now right quick. I'm glad you liked it. This was fun for me too. I think it was... There's a lot less pressure, I think, than last time to come up with like a good melody, because it's kind of like it's not expected to. I don't feel like I'm expecting myself to come up with something great in like a couple hours. It's more of it's an adventure. Who knows what I'm going to come up with and what sort of ways to deal with that, and that seems more fun, I think, more free flowing. All right, goodbye, Dr. Tim. No problem. I believe this is